Hello and welcome to the Council of Titos, the only show on the Laro-Laro channel that talks about a different kind of sport or game or show. It's the reality TV show and social experiment that has been running for over 25 years, Survivor. My name is Chief Bistak Joel Parcon, and with me, as always, is Titos Joao and Joel. Hey, Joao, how are you doing?
Well, I just realized, right, that we've been doing the show for, I don't know, over 100 episodes, more or
Mm-hmm.
less. And well, last year, um, we went to Beachmont, Massachusetts. And if you're from that area or a Survivor fan, you know exactly what this is. And I can't believe that we've done this show for like however long it was, and I haven't worn this shirt, like on the show.
There you
There.
go.
So
There
there we
you
go.
go.
Shout out to Justin P.O.P.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah, I think you had the yeah you mentioned that you had the pizza there.
yeah,
Did you like it?
it was pretty good. Their pizza was the pizza was really good. Probably like the best in at least Beachmont, right?
Mm.
So, um maybe I didn't eat very much pizza in Boston. It was more like the seafood and all that, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. Great pizza. Um Great atmosphere, you
Mm-hmm.
know. A lot of sports stuff going on like in the evening, right? Where
Mm.
they watch the game
Yeah.
and all of that sort of thing. It's a great spot. So if
Oh,
anybody
I see.
happens to be within spitting distance of that area, it's I don't know, about 30 minutes away from Boston proper,
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes away. Like, yeah, great spot near a horse track. Mm.
Okay. All right. Near a horse track. That's a pretty
I-
random. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Okay, we can talk about that some more later because there were several horses in the race during that challenge. But we are here to talk about Survivor Season 50, Episode 9, called
Mm.
"I Deserve All of This," and I think that he was right. But before we begin,
Yeah.
please hit the like and subscribe button. So if you want to stay updated with our weekly excuse to catch up. Without further ado, let's begin. What are your biggest thoughts about the this week's episode?
Jimmy.
Jimmy Fallon didn't just get one twist; he got two, and he screwed
Yeah.
two guys with those two twists.
You know, I think that it's one of those things that not necessarily even just sounds good on paper, but like the name sounds really cool,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like what was it? One in the urn or something?
The one that earned, yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a yeah.
Right? So I get the feeling that it was one of those things where there was the name sort of came before the idea. Right? Like one in
Oh,
the urn. Oh, dude, that sounds so cool.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what does the one in the urn like entail? And then they start building it out from there. Not a, all things considered, not a very good twist or advantage or whatever insofar as the game goes. And that's not me like spewing out copium just because Christian is my canonical winner pick. Um, if we're going by like the person that's given credit for knocking out our canonical winner pick, does that
Mm-hmm.
mean that like Jimmy Fallon is
Jimmy
now my
Fallon is not.
canonical winner pick? Oh no. Does this mean that I'm stuck with Jimmy Fallon until we have like a celebrity survivor season?
That might just be what it means, man. No, yeah. Well, technically, yes, it was Jimmy Fallon who caused the elimination of Hugh Bicky, but ultimately, I think that this is gonna go to Jonathan, right? Jonathan Young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then there's still Cirie, bro. Cirie.
Cirie is
Cirie.
still around.
Cirie is still around.
Uh,
And I think it was one of those things where um what do we call it? The episode title, I Deserve All of This, can be sort of applied to the game that
mm,
Christian had been playing up to this point.
yeah.
Like he was playing on the one hand a very good, well, a very entertaining
Hmm.
game, but it feels like it caught up to him at this point.
Yeah.
Um, I don't blame him though. I don't blame him. Balls to the
Yeah.
wall, only way to play.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why he and Devon's kind of clicked. because that's also sort of Devin's style of play, right? That's why
Yeah.
they were on the same wavelength basically. But yeah, just going back to the Jimmy Fallon, the one in the urn twist. Do you think that was good?
No.
No.
It's it's an extra vote with downside,
Hmm. Okay. All right. But here's the
right?
thing, though. Was there really no wiggle room for Christian to have manipulated the failure to his advantage? Yes, he was instructed to read from the card in front of everyone else, but did it say that he had to read it correctly?
No, I mean like he could have done that, but then, like it would have been what do you call it? It would have been I guess marginally better if he actually got the opportunity to read the thing on the way
Ah,
back to the
yeah,
island,
yeah.
because like that was the first time he was seeing it, and the man's brain works quite fast, but I don't think anybody's brain can work that fast.
Especially since he hadn't had the rice that everyone else already had.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah, but yeah, and could he have not thrown Devons under the bus instead? I mean, he's known to backstab allies, right?
Yeah, but well, I guess he deserves it, right? Like he should have turned on Emily earlier.
Mm.
This would have been a good time to turn on Devon's.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess
you
he's
know, he,
also trying to set a nice example for his son Michael.
so we're saying he's part of the Honor and Integrity Alliance
I guess
in spirit.
in
I don't.
spirit, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but generally speaking, that challenge, I liked Rachel's better than his. The whole
Yes.
transferring the balls thing instead of just like
Yeah.
a jigsaw puzzle.
But you
Yeah.
know what I find like absolutely mind-blowing about it? Christian
What?
is like the puzzle guy.
Yeah.
And, if the puzzle guy can't get the puzzle, like, you know, I
And
don't know.
if we can remember, if I remember correctly, Rachel barely finished her puzzle, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like she had a lot of time to take out the key or whatever it was, the extra thing the advantage that she got. So if you really think about it, it might be it might be an overpowered a challenge for whoever's taking it up. Even so, I mean, you're saying
Yeah.
we see Christian. I mean, he he was like a couple of pieces away, right?
Mm.
Yeah, the weights were a little too heavy for
Well,
his
actually,
challenge.
no, I don't think he was a couple of pieces away. Like, it
Wasn't
looked like
he?
there was still quite a bit of puzzle left. Maybe about, like, a quarter of the puzzle. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know. But I still am going to say, though, that the mechanic of the weights falling into the ocean and stuff is just, like, it's cinema.
Yeah, it is. It
If
is.
I uh if I may use the Gen Z term, it's cinema.
Yeah, and it also, I guess, it also adds to the anxiety of whoever is doing the puzzle. I mean, knowing that you're not really against anyone else, you're
Yeah.
just up against these weights that keep dropping, and
Yeah.
that's what also made it really good because Christian was able to narrate what was happening in the challenge really well, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he is one of the narrators of the
Yeah,
season, so
exactly.
he better be, right? Speaking
That's
of
true.
narration,
Mm.
speaking of narration, what did you think of the challenge?
Oh, the yeah. Well, I did message you guys, right? As I had goosebumps. I don't know why. I was probably emotionally charged up. I got goosebumps when the box fell.
Mm,
We knew. I mean, you reminded me that that was what was going to happen. That he was going to
yeah.
participate in the challenge. But still, when that box fell, because they wanted to do. I mean, it was supposed to be a suspenseful cut, which was so weird because they already showed it on next time on. Uh,
Yeah.
right.
uh
But
yeah,
still, it did
yeah.
affect me, right? When the box fell, showing the contraption, I got goosebumps, and it's probably also because of what Devins was saying. He quoted Seven, right?
Mm.
What's in the box, right? So yeah, it was pretty good. I have this theory that Jeff was just really sad for I mean, he wanted the tribe basically to get the rice. He was throwing the challenge.
I
No,
don't
you don't
know.
think so? You don't think so?
I don't think Jeff would. I don't think he would. Um but you know there is something to that, right? Like if the stakes aren't high,
Mm-hmm.
even though you fully intend to sort of do something, if the stakes aren't that high, I guess subconsciously you kind of sandbag a little. So maybe there is something like that going on, but I wouldn't know. Apparently that was also like a Jimmy Fallon thing, right? Like he keeps
Yeah.
on saying like Jeff, you
Oh,
should
yeah.
compete. Jeff, you should like join Survivor as a contestant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the Jimmy Fallon episode, so they might as well.
Yeah. And yeah, speaking of Jimmy Fallon, did you ever get to watch the Hibiki interview
Yeah,
afterwards?
yeah, yeah. It was pretty funny. Like, you know, Hubiki being his sort of charming self.
Mm.
Um Jimmy Fallon apologizing. Yeah,
And
yeah.
now he's got merch now. That robot shirt, right? He's gonna sell it or something. It's now merch for Hubiki.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm
The-
surprised that it took him this long.
yeah, this season was basically him getting himself out there, putting out the Hibiki brand.
Yeah.
Getting the Hibiki brand out there so that he can make the most out of his celebrity, right? Yeah,
Yeah. His 15 minutes of fame as it were.
yeah. Which is, I mean, it's gone so much longer. Uh, what do I have here? Yo, yeah, and I do think that Joe was satisfied basically with how he won. I think that him seeing that he was up against Jonathan and Ozzy in the end, that was like, okay,
Mm.
this is just a real honest to goodness face off with a strong and honorable and noble three men fighting it out. That's why
Mm.
there was a different energy to him when he won the thing. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe winning that out, getting back to back, and we're still waiting for Ozzy to get to Boston Rob's level of 9 individual immunities.
Mm.
Yeah. And speaking of Joe, I mean, he did have that conversation with Devons, right? Where he was like, I never intended to write your name down and all that stuff. There's no cookie jar and everything. But
Mm.
us knowing what actually happened in Tribal, where he was actually asked several times to go back and actually write Coach's name, we know that I don't think, and then I'm sure that everyone else knew that's what was happening. So I
But
don't.
that was a jury play, right? Basically, like I read that as a jury play
Yeah, yeah,
from Joe, right? Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, why would he then tell Devins, no, I never intended to write your name down, whatever. Right? It's too, I don't know. He was
Well,
too transparent.
that's like what you kind of have to be like that, right? Though, like when you're playing Survivor, like even though you don't mean any of that, you just kind of have to do that as a sort of as a matter of um as a matter of like norms and mores and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Okay.
It's like I suppose that's the norm on Survivor, right? Like, oh, you have to you have to give the sort of simulacra of damage control,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, I guess that would work in a in a season with totally new cast. But when you're going up against someone like Rick Devens, I don't. I mean, yeah, you can go through the motions of it, but it's still not gonna it's still not gonna catch, right?
Yeah. Um, well, I don't know. I don't know. This is well, I guess it's just my sort of thinking, where the alternative could be worse, you know, in
Okay.
the sense that like yeah, we know that it's not going to mend the relationship, but not doing it runs the risk of worsening the relationship.
Mm, okay. So going through the motions will. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, if it is like one of those sort of expected social things, which I
Mm-hmm.
think it is, like you kind of have to do that on Survivor. Um, like that's how you do it on Survivor. Uh, if those are the social norms that are kind of established in the overall Survivor meta, where you kind of have to be polite and all of that stuff, um, even though everybody knows that you don't mean any of that. Like if those are the social norms, it would be sort of the equivalent of not giving somebody a handshake.
Mm.
Uh, it, you know,
It's just weird because in the episode prior, Joe did admit to Tiff that he wrote her name down, didn't he?
yeah.
Or something to that effect. So he came out with an honest answer. He was honest about what he did, and this time he's like, "Okay, I didn't intend to write your name down." Yada yada yada. Because of that, maybe it's because he thinks that Tiff is less of a threat compared to Devens and his supposedly idol, right? The
Or it could be that the way he read Tiff
Mhm.
is different to the way he's reading he read Devon's, maybe? I don't know.
Mm.
Like
So he thinks that Devens is a little bit duller than Tiff. Is that?
um the impression that I got is well, I don't know. That's a good
Right?
anyway.
I mean, Devens is known to be one of the more strategic players and one of the luckier players in the game. Right? I don't, yeah, I don't. We don't really know what went through Joe's head while he was talking to Devens about it. He basically reprimanded him the night before, and then went back and took back a lot of what he said. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Devens, I think that he should have probably tried looking for an idol the day after. Right? Try to reinforce
Yes.
it. Try to reinforce it because you know that more often than not, there's gonna be an idol out there because an idol was played already, right?
Hmm.
So he probably should have been looking for an idol. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know. He's messy.
Yeah, right. In this season, right? It's not it's not Rick. Is this Devon's 2.0? So
He's yeah.
the strategic lucky players of old are now messy, and then yeah, everyone else
And
is
and
just improving.
and Rizzo is like, wow.
He's really cool, right?
Huh.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But one thing though is that one thing I do know that he most definitely, if in case Probes does decide to hang up the cap, Rick Devens can most definitely replace him if it's not gonna be JLP. right?
I'd rather it be JLP, but
I know, me too. But I mean, with that, with how he handled those few seconds during the challenge, right?
yeah.
While Probst was still hanging on to dear life. Uh, yeah, I mean, the training of the news presenter is there.
So what we're saying is that you know how TV shows have like backdoor pilots just to kind of test to see
Mm-hmm.
if the audience is kind of into it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying that this is a backdoor pilot for, or this is like an audition for guys like Hibiki and Devins
It might
as
just be.
possible Survivor hosts? Huh?
It might just be. You know, have one of them. It could be like a two host. It becomes a two host show now. One will handle one part of it, another one will handle another part of it, and then they'll both be there for tribal, right?
No.
It's like where was that? So yeah, they'd already have like microphones and headphones. No, no, let's not do that. Let's not make
So,
this sports.
what's it? Survivor, double the fun, double the demise.
Exactly. All right. Double the Devons and Hibiki. All right. Survivor, double trouble. Uh
Oh gosh.
yeah, I don't know.
That would be a horrible season of Survivor. I'm just thinking about it like Survivor Double Trouble. You know, like they do the whole they do the whole pair thing,
mm,
but then like for the whole season. Oh, that would be horrible.
it's like blood versus water, but blood sticks together. I don't know, something like
Yeah.
that.
Or like Survivor, emulsified oil and water or something like that.
So you'd get two people who wouldn't work together, and you put them together, and they play as a pair the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Survivor mayonnaise or something, you know?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So you've got Coach and Ozzy as a pair the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, that would be I don't know if that
And
would be amazing or horrible.
they'd be bickering the entire time. You'd have Aubrey and Genevieve and Abby Marie and whoever was on her seasons.
Russell Hanson, literally anyone. Oh no, Russell and Brandon has.
There you go, Russell and Brandon Hans.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be fun. I think. I hope. Nah, let's not go there. Yeah.
Whew.
Anyway,
Mm.
Jonathan Young. Jonathan Young. My God, Jonathan Young is a good strategic player, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
his star is rising as someone who makes moves, basically, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think he's kind of plateaued in a way. Like at least from what the edit, from what I'm perceiving
Mm-hmm.
from his journey on the show so far. Like because I don't think I don't think he was like yeah he was driving he drove this vote, but it wasn't necessarily like a hard vote, you know?
Mm. Mm.
Like there didn't have to be anything sneaky that went on and all of that sort of thing. Like it was just about as easy as an easy vote can get.
Mm. Yeah, I guess, but yeah,
But
but that's gotta be his
that isn't
third, right?
to
Yeah.
yeah, but that isn't to diminish like his game at least as compared to 46.
Mm.
Was it 46 or 43? 42.
He was 42.
Why do I keep associating him with 46? Let me check that out. Is it because of was there an orange tribe on 46?
There
Huh.
probably was. Don't they like alternate it?
I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, 42.
Yeah, it was 42. It was in the Marianne
The
season.
Marianne season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
What if Devens gets all the way to the end, still with that fake idol, and doesn't marry Anne?
I think that's his that's his like shot at winning. That's it like, huh. All of you thought this was real. It wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what would be so funny, dude? Like if he goes into like right after tribal in like the that night vision shot
Mm-hmm.
and like people ask him like Aubrey asks him like why didn't you play the idol? And he
Mm-hmm.
says like I forgot.
And then you have Aubrey with her face. Are you serious? Are you using my excuse?
Eh. Aubrey shouldn't have played her idol.
Yeah, she
I, I,
shouldn't.
I mean that was quite the misplay I think um from Hibiki. That was quite the misplay. Like Hibiki and Devin sort of goading her on to like play the idol.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they should have kept her safe, blindsided her, and brought the
Mm-hmm.
idol to them. That
Yeah.
way tonight, if anybody has an idol or an advantage and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
Mm-hmm. And they would play it off as like in the package that Devins took out from Tribal.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, Jeff, we would like to play this idol. I'd like to play this for Christian, right?
yeah.
And
Or
it'd
like
be the real one.
I would like to give this to
Yeah,
Christian.
yeah.
Right? Because I think that would be like a rules thing, right? Because
Oh
Christian can
yeah,
only
yeah, yeah.
play it for himself. So yeah, I would suppose like Devins would have to say, I would like to give this to Christian. Christian
Mm.
says, Jeff, I would like to play this for myself. And then Jeff says, this is a hidden immunity idol. And everybody is just freaking out because there was an immunity idol hidden in tribal.
Yeah.
So, you know, that would have been the in another timeline in in Earth 616, that's what it
Hmm.
would be.
Yeah. So it goes back to that the fact that they didn't play along with Genevieve, right? Right. That was it, right?
Mm,
That was Genevieve, right? They didn't work with her to get Aubrey out instead,
mm,
right?
yeah. So so right now, um it's Billie Eilish and Jimmy
Jimmy,
Fallon.
Billy and Jimmy. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Not really, not
Mm.
really a uh, good. The twists aren't that good so far.
Well, yes and no. Like, yeah, last that pairs twist.
Yeah, well, that one was good.
That
I
was.
mean, 1 out of 4, man. Blood Moon, the
Yeah.
Boomerang Idol,
Mm, yeah.
Jimmy Fallon twist.
Yeah.
Well, and essentially, yeah, as you mentioned, the one in the urn. That one was pretty cool. Made for
The name was
oh, the
cool.
name, but I mean but then again, you can only play it once because that's the only time it is historic that where a player votes for themselves, right? That's the only time
Yeah.
if you do it again, it's gonna be like, okay, why,
Yeah.
right?
But then like, the upside I don't think like the upside is just an extra vote, and we've kind of
Mm,
established that like the extra vote isn't necessarily the best of the advantages, right? Like an extra vote has hardly ever been consequential in the game. More consequential being steal a vote. So
mm,
so we already have the extra vote not being a great advantage to begin with. Plus you have the downside of not going through the scramble and not going through tribal before you cast your extra vote.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's yeah. I don't know. And yeah.
So
mm, really, yeah. No, not a not, no, not a good twist. Just one
yeah,
out of four so far.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. What would have been better, I think, is
Mm.
the option to bank that as an extra vote. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, to bank it as an extra vote might have been better. Instead of, that way you give the player, if they manage to do the puzzle, the choice, right? So am I going to like place the vote now and lock it
Mm.
in, or do I bank it as an extra vote? 9 times out of 10 you bank it as an extra vote, but that's all moot and academic, as
mm.
so
Anyway. Mm. Do you think that Hubicki should because at the start of the episode he was trying to run interference for Devons.
mm,
That I think that was a misstep on his part to try and run interference, to try and offer other names because that's what put him in the targets of all of these other players, and that's what made it an easier vote for them to do in the end,
mm,
right?
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, imagine if he
The
just
overplaying,
yeah, stayed low,
yeah.
lay low, let things play out, right?
Hmm.
Get people
Yeah,
to realize the fact that Ozzy people know about Rizzo's idol too, right?
I
Right?
think
Yeah.
so. Do everybody knows?
I don't know about Rizzo's. I used to think that the only public idol was Aubrey's because
Hmm.
both Rizzo's and Ozzy's came from Genevieve. I don't. And I think I remember one of them wasn't revealed.
Uh, Genevieve didn't tell people about Rizzo's idol, but Rizzo told somebody.
Emily,
Uh, was it, or was it? Oh, I can't remember.
right? Because no one else outside of Rizzo or Ozzy mentioned the idol.
Yeah, no. Hmm. Why is Rizzo playing such a good game?
This might just be him ascending to, you know, becoming an actual Riz god, right?
My brother's friends in Boston call him Rizlord.
Riz Lord. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. I find it really funny.
Yeah, I
We,
mean,
we were we were watching 49 and it was like, oh yeah, Rizlord or whatever his name is.
I actually would. That would actually be a funnier or better name rather than Riz God, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Riz God seems to suit him, right? Like a little bit delusional, that sort of thing. Like I
And
don't
then
know.
yeah, it's gonna be hard to say Rizlor. Well, it's could still work. Rizlord, Riz Lord, baby, right? It still works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Riz God, just I don't know. There's a beat to it, you know.
Yeah.
Rizgod, Riz God, baby. Yeah, that works. That works
Yeah.
better. But the other one, yeah.
Rizlord. And they either call him Rizlord or the Rizzler.
Rizzler, yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Kind of like Cirie, who is neither here nor there, but is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, Cirie is such a she's in the best position. And she's not even you're right, she's neither here nor there. She's basically just sitting down and people go to her with information.
Like I saw this what do you call a Venn diagram. I saw a Venn
Okay.
diagram that had like three circles, um, which showed like, this alliance, where they cross over with this person, and like right in the middle was Cirie.
Yeah.
Like Cirie was where all of the circles like overlapped. It was like, mm, mm. Cirie is like so winning this game you know, unless everybody sort of gets wise to it.
Mm. Yeah. I mean that.
I hope she wins, dude. Like
Yeah.
I know that
It.
before this season, I was a little bit down on like, oh, I got to see Cirie play again. And then, she was just an Australian survivor,
Mhm. And
and
she was just
then
on the traders. She already won in the traders.
yeah, but then like seeing her play again, like, oh no, this is why we love her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like she's playing a better game than she did Australian Survivor, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Because I think in Australian Survivor, I don't know, she might have had a bigger target on her back,
Mm,
and Australian Survivor players are more daring in that sense that they don't really care if you're like such a big, if you're Survivor royalty, right?
yeah,
They're gonna
yeah,
take
they
you out
have,
if they
yeah,
want to.
yeah, no sacred cows.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this latest season,
Hmm.
the all of the returning players, whether they won or not, none of them actually won. I mean, they were being targeted from the get go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. Like US Survivor, where like in a fans versus favorite season, like the fans are just lambs to the slaughter,
Mm, yeah,
you know?
yeah, and a lot of it is the Yankee effect, right? The fact that the New York Yankees, whenever they are, or yeah, the New York Yankees, right? It is the New York Yankees, where everyone who plays against the Yankees are in so much awe of them that they sort of play worse against
Yeah.
the Yankees because of that whole the sacred cow thing.
Yeah. That makes sense
Yeah.
for, like Cirie. Like I'm pretty sure that if I were in like Survivor, which I'm not ever going to be ever, and it happened to be a season with Cirie, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'd be Oscar. I'd be like, take my game.
Yeah. I'd
You
be like, oh, take me under your wing, please, Cirie.
Yeah.
You're my Lola. Right? You're
Dang.
my right. So
Lola
yeah.
Cirie.
Lola Cirie, please take me under your wing. Right. So yeah. So that's Cirie. Yeah, I do hope that she wins. Yeah. I have forgotten who my canonical winner pick is, but so now it's Cirie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
She's my Lola and yours.
yeah, she's our Lola. She's Lola Siri. Uh this is just something that I thought that I saw when I was rewatching the episode. What are your thoughts about the Mr. Beast super advantage? What do you think it could be?
I don't know,
Or you
money.
don't really care?
I don't really care. After Jimmy Fallon and Billie Eilish and like
And the
Zach
blood
Brown.
moon.
Zach Brown was like the most palatable, which is weird.
Uh-huh.
That's
Because he didn't
weird.
really affect the game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You know what? You know what? To all of the people that were like haters on it,
Mm-hmm.
because like he took up like half the episode or whatever it was, like at least he didn't mess with gameplay.
Exactly. He just wanted to be in the game. I mean, he just wanted to be on the island.
Yeah, I just wanted to debut his new song. and like promote his new speaker or whatever.
Yeah, and his ability to spearfish something that was already speared to the to the floor.
I still can't believe that they didn't have fried chicken for that reward.
They should have had fried chicken. They should have had fried chicken. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Beast
Mm.
coming up in the upcoming episode. No, really, nothing big, no big thoughts about that. But let's see. I think that's
Actually,
yeah.
is the
Oh,
on this on Survivor Wiki like the let me check if the what do you call it, the episode synopsis or whatever is like listed here.
it is so funny. But I'm also on the wiki, and I went to like the because it comes in like categories, right? So it's Survivor
Mm.
41, 42, 44, 49, 50 in the hands of the fans. Ugh.
Chaos ensues when social media icon Mr. Beast arrives on the scene. Ooh. Hmm.
So nothing, no actual.
Well, one castaway comes clean to the tribe about a previously deceptive move. Devins? Maybe.
Maybe
The crowd favorite Survivor auction returns with an extra special season 50 spin.
Mr. Beast
Hmm?
with his
And
what are
then
his products again?
I don't know, sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that line from like a Beastie Boys song. I like my sugar with coffee and cream. Like that's just all of Mr. Beast's food, right? It's like I like my sugar with a little bit of oats in it, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's like I like my sugar with a little bit of chocolate. No, I like my sugar with a little bit of energy drink.
Yeah. Next thing you
Uh,
know, you're gonna have Logan Paul coming on,
hmm,
yeah, and all of these other influencers. My gosh, it's gonna become like
yeah.
a Filipino any reality TV game show in the made in the Philippines,
Mm.
full of celebrities and influencers. Anyway, so yeah, nothing on the description
Logan Paul
episode
though.
description.
Logan Paul is on WWE TV and he's like doing really well.
Yeah, yeah,
That's totally like it's blowing my mind. Anyway, so yeah, he's there and KSI is there. Whoever that is.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that Logan Paul's personality fits as a heel in the WWE.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically his whole thing. Like there aren't very many true heels in wrestling anymore, but Logan Paul, they are really lucky to have him as like somebody that's naturally heelish, you know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of heelish, who was that? Oh, that was Stephanie who made a wrestling illusion, saying
Mm,
how she was gonna babyface them all until she what does something, right?
yes.
So yeah, so we know that I guess Stephanie is a wrestling fan, as most Survivor castaways are.
But then I guess it could also just be like she's going to baby faces in like, you know, she's gonna play innocent until she decides to be stabby. Like, you know, babyface doesn't necessarily have to be a wrestling term in that sense. Um, so yeah, the auction returns with an extra special season 50 spin. Also,
Mhm.
chaos ensues when social media icon Mr. Beast arrives
Also, it's
on the
the so
scene.
the big thing isn't the Mr. Beast thing. Oh,
This is a 2 hour episode,
oh,
I think.
so we're getting two eliminations. I hope. How many
Hmm.
are they left?
How many are left? Two, four, six, eight, 10.
Yeah, they need to get down to, and this is episode 10. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Four more episodes.
Hmm.
All right. Are yeah, so it's gonna be 10, down to 8, down to 6, down to 4.
I know,
Right?
but this is they're gonna There is a world where the final episode has 6 players in it. The final three and three boots somehow.
Ooh,
Spicy.
spicy. That would be an. I'd be interested to know how they're gonna implement the twist, like for that.
Or they could just do a double boot at some point.
Yeah,
Another double boot
yeah.
in some weird first of its kind way that's actually been done like before, just under a different name. A
So
rose by
yeah,
any other name smells just as sweet, or whatever
there
the
we
line
go.
is.
No, that's it. That's it. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain all that dear perfection. Uh, yeah. I'm still on a Shakespeare
I
high.
keep, I keep forgetting. Like, I keep forgetting that you actually directed a production of Romeo and Juliet, like, like twice, right? Twice.
Twice. I've done it twice. Yeah, I've done it twice. So yeah, just like how I've done Much Ado About Nothing twice. Right? I've
Hmm.
directed it twice. Yeah, because I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I'm.
Yeah. So before you listen to Martin's thoughts, just know that like we haven't listened to them, dear listener. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to predict Martin's
Mhm.
thoughts. We're going to listen to Martin's thoughts, and you're gonna tell us in the comments how wrong we were.
All right, let's go. Let's. How many thoughts do you think Morton came up with?
I think all of his thoughts were just Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon. He did mention it in the chat how Jimmy Fallon gives him the ick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
So
that's gonna be one of his thoughts.
yeah, he's gonna say something like Jimmy Fallon gives me the ick. That's gonna be like the vast majority of it is just him
Hmm.
going to be talking about Jimmy Fallon and how he doesn't like this twist, etc., etc. Just like he doesn't like Mr. Beast, and he's going to start talking about Mr. Beast.
Uh huh.
Like the second half, he's in previous Martin's thoughts, he doesn't really talk about much of what's happening in the next episode, but I think he's going to make an exception here.
All
He's
right.
going to spend like at least 3 minutes talking
Mm-hmm.
about Mr. Beast, how he doesn't like Mr. Beast, and he's glad that all of the stuff of Mr. Beast that's currently in the supermarket in the Philippines is on sale because it's like really expensive by default. They need to get rid of old stock and they need to like feed sugar to children. Martin's survivor of the week
Survivor of the week.
is yeah, Martin's survivor of the week is going to be Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
His goat of the week is going to be who's his goat of the week
I
going
don't
to be?
know.
Uh
Devins.
all right, yeah, okay. His goat of the
Yeah.
week is gonna be Devon's, and his purple of the week is going to be his enjoyment of the twist. Or maybe I'm just projecting onto him. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Martin's thoughts.
Hi guys, my name is Martin. This is Martin's Thoughts, and no, I will try to not laugh while I do my introductions like a certain late night TV host apologize while laughing, as is the most on brand thing he has ever done in his life and career. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the Jimmy Fallon twist, right? So, yeah, I didn't like the twist. Plain and simple, sucked. But at the same time, it's not even Jimmy's fault. In the clip that Zhao shared to me, it was as if he said, "Oh yeah, we're making this twist, Jimmy, and we want to put your name on this one." But it's not what he made. It's basically like something that was labeled the Jimmy Fallon twist, the one in the urn. So it's not like he's mostly to blame on this one. Just like his name is on it, like Mr. Beast's how you call that, uh, chewables or munchables. Those are actually on sale right now in your local Rustan supermarket. So find it because most of the items are gonna be expired by May 6th or like mid May. I like the Mr. Beast peanut butter cups, but yeah, Mr. Beast is apparently gonna be in the next episode of Survivor. Before you after you might watch our episode of Council of Titos. So that's kind of like a nice segue, huh? I really, really was full on hate mode for that late night talk show guy, but at the same time, Christian didn't do well socially here because he aligned himself with Devons, who has done, some sort of stunt the episode prior, so they're not actually in good standing. So, regardless if he went to Exile Island or not, he already had a big target on his back. Now, ignore the fact that they split the votes on them just in case. He would have went out either way, him or Devons did. So that's bad. And this episode made me want to go back on a certain thing I said back in episode 3 for this season of Council of Titos. Even though she like fumbled in one challenge, I don't think it's Ozzy or Oscar. Maybe the problem is Christian Hibiki in challenges? Like, have they thought about that? Maybe take him out? Or in this challenge in Exile Island, it just proved the fact that, yeah, maybe it was Christian. Maybe this season, puzzles ain't his thing. He choked, man. He choked like 8 Mile. And it's hard for me to say that. This was on him. This was really on him now. And him winning the rock, paper, scissors thing. Like, that's why Joe had to decide, hey, Christian, you won. So, yeah, you're going to go to Exile Island. That's not on Joe. That's on him winning, too. It's a pretty emotionally charged episode, especially at the end. But what I can say about Christian is I like how he conveyed his season here of Survivor on lessons that he can teach his son, Michael. And, good on you, Professor Hibiki. And that's all I can say. Like, as much as his performance sucked in the puzzle challenges in this season, as of that, I'm pretty sure he's doing a bang-up job, and I'm very happy for him and the family. And, hey, I still want him to go on a returning season of Survivor the 3rd time. Okay, things I did like is the fact that they did a callback while Jeff was doing the challenge. And wow, One World really got the brunt of it. And justifiably so. The one with Alicia and the All Man's Tribe. Yeah, they were just so pathetic, man. Like in the challenges. That's not just Colton. And that's one of the seasons I would like to erase off my memory. Like especially pre-merge, but the rest with like Kim like steamrolling the rest, that was cool, man. I like that. Anyway, so we're going on to the next episode, right? I guess. And I think that it's gonna be Rick next, cause I kind of want me some more Emily Flippin at the end game, cause she's like my chaos cast of the season, and I do have a bias of that kind of gameplay. And I heard it's a side dish of chaos. So if Jeff Probst said the line last ep, how about let's put the whose line is it anyway to Jeff Probst for this episode? Because it does sound like that. Because it will have a Survivor auction with Mr. Beast and his Feastables. Hopefully there's Feastables. I like me some peanut butter Feastables. And I don't even know who's the Survivor of the Week here is outside of Jimmy Fallon. Truth be told, okay? GOAT, gotta be Devons. And I think that's all I can say for this episode. That's it. On behalf of Martin's Thoughts, this is Martin. Bye-bye.
Whew. All right.
Okay.
So we obviously got that 100% right.
100%. That was Martin's thoughts, and I think that we got the same wavelength as Martin.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Word for word.
Word for word, got everything in there. All right. We're just playing with you, Martin. Anyway, we move on to whose line is it actually? So this episode, I deserve all of this was Jeff. So yeah, Uncle Jeff, Mr. Jeff, getting it this time. It was during the challenge. Next episode, we've got a side dish of chaos. So Hubiki is no longer an answer.
Oh no,
Oh,
Hibiki is
Hubiki is an option.
We're gonna have like a flashback.
It's gonna be Devon's, and he's like gonna. I remember when Christian was talking about something about like something like this, and it says goes back to Hubiki. All right, yeah. Well, for me, I think that it's gonna be Devon's, because when you did read the episode description, right, it's a bit of chaos ensues or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast causes chaos or something.
Oh, okay. So is it gonna be Mr. Beast? Ooh.
Mm.
Are they gonna use a line given by a cameo?
I hope
What
not.
constitutes a cameo? I mean, I've always wondered that. When is it a cameo and when is it a guest appearance?
Hmm. That's a really good question.
I've always thought like a cameo is like someone who just passes by in the behind, just like what's his name, Conan O'Brien, appearing in the background of How I Met Your Mother. He didn't have a line; he was just there in the
Yeah.
back, right, in the bar, or even the guy who plays Abed, who was in the background of Cougar Town. I think that's a cameo.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've also kind of understood cameos to be the same sort of thing where it's like a surprise, like uncredited kind of like Quentin Tarantino has a lot of friends.
Mm.
So, he's like, "Hey, maybe you just want to show up and give like one line." We don't have to uh we don't really have to let the Screen Actors Guild know or whatever. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And
something like that. That's yeah, and I guess like guest star or guest no guest what was the word you used guest
guest
appearance, right?
appearance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guest appearance. Um I guess a guest appearance is more consequential than
yeah.
a cameo.
It
Yeah,
it
that's what I would think.
basically the person is on screen or in the story longer and actually does is part of either plot A or plot B, right?
Yeah.
So, but a lot of times, people who these guests who become like part of plot B usually, they are also mentioned as cameos. That when it started getting mentioned as a cameo, that started getting confusing for me.
Well, let's here's a thought, right? Not necessarily an answer, but like we've mentioned in the past that a lot more or a lot more of media has been very sort of self-referential, kind of a lot of meta wink and a nod to the audience, and that's the sort of thing that a cameo is,
Mm,
right? Like Stan Lee showing up and
mm.
um
In all of those Marvel
as
films.
yeah, showing up as like the one of the Watchers or whatever
Mm.
with like um I keep thinking Uluwatu, but that's like the
It's
temple
yeah.
in Bali.
Yeah. It's just Uatu.
Uluwatu, right? But like I keep on thinking Uluwatu. Anyway, but then with media becoming a lot more um meta,
Mm.
for lack of a better term, the blurring of that fourth wall might also have something to do with the blurring of the line between cameo and guest appearance. I don't know. And then, of course, semantic drift and
Yeah.
language changes, the silly Virgin Mary, all of that sort of thing.
Mm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a good thought. Yeah. One of the Martin's thoughts. No, not really. Anyway.
That's going to be in Martin's thoughts next week. Next
There
week,
you
he's
go.
going to be like, well, it's been very meta lately, right? Make
Anyway,
it
let's
happen, Martin. Make
make
it
it happen,
happen.
Martin. Uh, Let's go to. I mean, the line. I deserve all of this, as you mentioned. It encapsulates everything. Well, a lot of what happened in the episode really well. But what else could it have been?
But I'm just gonna say about before we get into that,
Mm,
um, the uh, the I deserve all of this,
mm,
like coming from Jeff, also kind of signifies Jeff stepping into the role of a contestant for a brief moment, or one of the castaways in a brief for a brief moment, because traditionally that's the thing that's given to a member of the cast.
mm-hmm.
And with that being uttered by Jeff, it's kind of telling us that Jeff, in this episode, at least for part of it, is on the same level as everybody else. You know?
Mm. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, just going back to that portion of the challenge. I love the montage. I mean, you also mentioned it. You also mentioned it on the chat, like the montage of all of his snide remarks, right?
Yeah. Sassy Jeff.
Yeah.
Apparently Jeff can still be pretty sassy,
Yeah.
as it turns out. In oh, what's it? In some of like the podcasts this week, um former New Era players have been saying that Jeff can kind of be sassy at times. It's just they make it a point to edit it out a little bit more, because their primary audience is 8-year-olds.
Yeah. It's now young. Yeah, I have a young audience. Yeah, I can
Yes.
understand that. Okay. All right. There you go.
Yeah. So what
Uh,
it could have been?
what it could have been.
No more ideas from you,
Ooh. Who said that?
Christian Hubicki.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. That mine now. I mean, I have two. I think one is still my one is still Hibiki. March forward. Because I
Mm,
think that in the end, his entire appearance on Survivor 50 has been a sort of laundry list of things that he wants to leave for his newborn, right?
yeah.
And then that was the last lesson that he gave. Whenever you fail, just pick yourself up and march forward. Right? That was
Yeah.
and that was the yeah, that was his appearance on, not a cameo, his appearance on season 50 has been entertaining and in a way very very how would you say it? Touching, right? The
Yeah.
fact that he's doing this all for his newborn son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the voting booth, by the way, um, Christian, what he was saying when he was voting for himself, any of these lines could have been
Mm.
the line for the episode, right? This is a message for Jimmy Fallon. How dare you? How dare you? That this idea you had, it's terrible. Yeah, yeah. No more ideas from you.
Hmm.
I look forward to your apology. So I suppose those could be my what it could have been. And what was your other one?
Oh, my other one it was Devin's "What's in the Box," which
Yeah,
I think is a more apt episode title for the Mr. Beast one because he's also carrying a box to the auction. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
This the super something super
yeah.
beware.
Super advantage, the super beware advantage.
Yeah,
How would a beware advantage be super? And
yeah,
especially if it's like out in the open. One of the things that makes a beware advantage more thrilling is the fact that you can keep it to yourself, right?
yes.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna be we're setting ourselves up for another disappointment with yet another twist.
But I'm gonna trust the process.
And then in the end, it's like, all of those twists that we've introduced throughout this season, they actually form into one huge twist. And this is it. And this, it's a super twist. You can turn back the hands of time, bring back players.
Whew.
Right? Bring back players who were affected by the twists. So you're gonna have like Coach and Chrissy and Christian Hubicki. That rhymed. Uh, Genevieve,
Genevieve.
right? So yeah, that's it. Anyway, that's the super duper beware advantage. And going to survivors of the week. Who's your castaway of the week?
Cirie.
Mm.
Right, because this is where she verbalized just how good her social game is, and just kind of spelled it out to everybody, like, in case you didn't know, like, this is where I am.
Mm-hmm. People come to me with information. Yeah, that I had the same one. It's the fact that she holds most, if not all, of the cards when it comes to information in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Goat of the week. Who is your goat of the
Oh,
week?
my goat of the week. I actually have two, and it's the middle. You've got Devitz and Emily. They're practically dead in the water right now. No one is gonna
Yeah.
trust Emily. I mean, Ozzy's never gonna trust Emily, and Devins is still a huge threat because of the pseudo idol, unless that is the what was in the
The
description where he like owns up to a
the
mischievous.
the confession or whatever it
Yeah,
is. Let me
right.
read that again. Just so that we know if it fits, if the glove fits, or whatever that 90s reference is. One castaway comes clean to the tribe about a previously deceptive move.
Oh,
Uh,
now here's the thing. It doesn't say that the castaway who comes clean is the same one who made the deceptive move. It might be Emily
it
coming
might be
clean.
Emily. Whew.
It might be Emily coming clean about Devon's fake idol. That'll be on
You know what?
brand.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
It'll be on brand for
Lock it
her
in. Lock it in.
Feeling all of the pressure of like uh, she's probably hearing her name getting floated around, and she's like, you know what, you know what, Devins doesn't even have a real idol.
You know what? That's just what you might have to do,
Right?
just to kind of get away from Devins,
Exactly. Right?
right?
I
Because
mean,
like we alluded to earlier, the best move for Christian right now, or for this past episode, probably would have been to just like turn on everybody,
mm-hmm.
or just to turn on Emily and Devins and throw one of them under the bus.
Yeah. That what and Emily might just have to do that.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, what about you? Who's your goat of the week?
Jeff Probst. He lost to like Christian.
Uh, hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? You know what? How much water did they put in his bucket, right? Because if we're going by the what do we call it? If we're going by the metric of a percentage of their body weight at the beginning of the game, depending on how good the food in Fiji is,
Mm.
like Jeff might have had negative weight there. For all we know, he might have gained weight on the island.
Mm.
So he might have had
Yeah.
negative water in there.
So what does that mean? He's really that weak.
Uh,
Oh gosh.
the advantage of never going to be able to play
Mm-hmm.
Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
We can be
That's
like,
true.
haha, Jeff.
Haha, Jeff. Anyway.
But it was
Let's move.
amazing as an audience stand-in. Like, oh, what would it be for what would it be like for like a normal person to do the hold water bucket in the air
Mm-hmm.
challenge? And Jeff stepped in and was like, I will be the everyman, and fails miserably, as we all will.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose what I'm saying, dear listener, is the goat of the week is the friends
Is
we
us.
made along the way. The goat of the week is you and me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. And how about your purple of the week?
uh my enjoyment of Jimmy Fallon.
I mean, I'm not at the point where I'm like Martin, where Jimmy Fallon gives him the ick.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. Among all of the late night hosts. I watch a lot of Seth Meyers the most because of his closer look.
Mm,
Just that, but just because of that, I don't really get to watch an entire episode. Yeah, Fallon is probably the least, the one I watched the least. Yeah,
mm.
so yeah,
Yeah. I
I
actually
used to enjoy
watched
David
the
Letterman a lot back in the
uh,
day.
yeah. And I kind of watch more of the other Jimmy
Mm, Kimmel.
Kimmel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his announcer is, well, I don't know if he still is, but his announcer is this guy named Dickie Barrett, who was the singer of this band called the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. So
Mm.
I was like, oh, all right, cool. Let's listen to Dickie Barrett.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Jimmy Fallon. I don't know. Yes, he must be a real. So he's a fan of Survivor. He's a fan of, I think,
Mm.
what was it, Top Chef. So he must be a fan of all of these reality TV shows, or they just like getting him so that they can have his clout on their shows. I don't know.
I don't know, but the way he talks about Survivor, you can tell that like
He's
he
really a fan.
genuinely, yeah, like he likes the
Mm,
show. When he talks to Jeff, like he kind of
mm.
nerds out on it a little bit. So you know, like as I forgot who pointed it out, but like another, I think it might have been like one of the guys on the specialist said like Jimmy Fallon is on a different network.
Ooh,
So
there
like
was no real like upside for him to like bring in a guest to promote their show on a different network.
yeah, at least I think that's what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to them early in the morning before I had my coffee, so I might have heard that wrong. But my understanding is that he's on a different network.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, so he's that much of a fan, I guess.
I'm actually looking that up now.
Mm. Anyway, my purple of the week is you already talked about it earlier. Any real upside to that journey challenge?
Yeah,
Uh, that
yeah.
was such a the advantage wasn't really that big of an advantage, and the penalty for failure was so big.
Hmm.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Any final thoughts about the episode 9?
Jimmy, sorry.
Is it gonna be a con type of no? Yeah, instead of con.
On.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this episode, I guess. Again, please do hit the like and subscribe button if you want to hear more from us in the coming weeks. Once again, this has been Joel.
I'm Joel, and this is my pizza shirt.
There you go. That's got me craving for pizza. Stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.